This is Dr. Mama K here, and we are at the Bellville Business Expo 2024 taking place at the Tiger Valley in Cape Town, South Africa.
Yay!
And I've got a sister friend I just met, and we just connected immediately. She's a publisher, she's an author, she's
Poet.
a woman of faith, she's a poet. I could go on and on, but let's hear from her directly. So tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm Haroldine Chenda. I call myself a midwife as I help authors giving birth to their stories and their books. Yeah.
I love your hearing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It represents me, lady of words.
How did you get into this line of business or giving birth in, as you said?
I started with myself. I published my first book myself. And it was a journey. It wasn't actually, I didn't start writing to be published or get my work out there. It was a healing journey. I just recovered from a divorce, and I had no place to stay. I was kind of homeless and full of pain and confusion, neglected, rejected, cast out. And writing was my method towards healing. And I started to write letters to myself and letters to God. Who am I? What is my purpose in life?
Right.
And my story started from there. And when I shared my work with a social worker and counselors, they said, Haroldine, your work needs a voice. And that is when my publishing journey started in 2015. And from there, I'm now a published author of nine books. Yes, this is my ninth book, Blended Families.
Awesome. And the name, Chauffeur.
Oh, it was
How
first.
did that come?
I was Chenda Publications, my surname, for 8 years. But last year, I changed the name as I received a vision from God in a dream as well of how I will herald stories from the mountaintops of Table Mountain. And I decide, and I'm always attracted to a shofar because there's a sound of declaration and victory and beauty, and that sound is the sound that related to my vision that I have of helping aspiring writers and established authors to share their stories with the world.
So run us through some of this.
Yes.
I see nursing entrepreneurship in South Africa. For me,
Yes.
even having a nurse, knowing that they're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So what are some of the books I can see perfectly fit?
Yes.
How did you publish that? That's my dear sister. Shout out to Doctor.
Yes.
Love you, girl. Okay, so run us through some of your books.
Well, we have published, this was a celebration. She wrote this book in order to celebrate her 50th birthday and a journey in traveling 50 countries in that year. It was just so profound. This is a book of poetry. And then I have Kritoa. We celebrated Kritoa, her 350th anniversary after her death. And this is a collection of work of South Africans and non-South Africans. And this is the reimagined version of Kritoa, not the one we know from the internet, but it's reimagined and painted by a beautiful artist. Details are in the book. And then it's a collection of poetry, short stories about our history, about our ancestors, where we are coming from, why we are so mixed. And then we have beautiful. This is a memoir.
Right.
Autobiography. And God Said is written by Terence. She is also a pastor and a poet and a dancer, a singer and a counselor. She is writing her story about how God has saved her from so many things that was supposed to kill her, and how God's voice was always profound and prominent in whatever she was doing. And then we have this amazing book here. It was published in April. This lady went to prison twice, and how she was persistent on changing her life and overcoming everything. It's called Second Chances by Alzane de Bruin. And she is from Cape Town but lives in another place in Western Cape. I think it's St. Helena Bay. And she shares the story of her life in prison, how she conquered drug addiction, how she conquered living on the streets, and how she's healed, free, and beautiful and happy. It's a short story, but we have published it for her. And I hope there's more
I can
stories.
see on your full of banner there.
Yes.
You know, some of the services you provide.
Yes, I do.
You help with ISBN, backlog,
Everything.
book cover, the design, the marketing,
Yes.
the ebook listing,
Yes.
and that's something we've already spoken
Yeah,
to you about.
yeah,
Because it's an area
yeah.
we're working on as well that we're hoping we can collaborate on.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to contact you, how can they reach you?
www.shofarbooks.co.za. We are literally the one-stop shop. All you need to do is to write, to submit, let we do the rest, and you get the mullahs.
And how affordable is it for those who might be? Because a lot of people have a lot of stories. That's what
Yes.
we're finding out.
Yes.
But they don't know where to go, or they're always worried about the fact that who will want to support me? It's too expensive.
Yeah.
How do you work that journey? With
Well,
someone?
I'm a connector. I always call myself the bridge between the author and the reader. So in order to get the reader that brilliant book is to make sure that I collaborate and partner, network with the best people to print the best books, to edit the best books at a very affordable price. I think that is how we want to change the narrative of self-published authors within South Africa. For me, people see self-published authors, oh no, you're self-published, but we are changing the narrative because we are now on the roll of making sure our books are in every shop in South Africa, but also abroad.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that's all we've got time for now. We'll be right back.
You've got to be good at it. Easy to remember. Whatever you do, you've got to be good at it. So I became a professional speaker. It took me 5 years to get my first gig.
Can you just give us
5 years. But that didn't bother me. Every single day until
So the
today,
Business Bellville Expo
I still
is a
learn.
wonderful
I say something you
showcase
say,
of
I
our
want to start
places,
learning. I've
our
got the
products
degree
and
and
our
all that very
people
well.
doing business in
If you
this
don't
region.
learn, you don't
So we have
grow.
created this
You've got to
opportunity
learn the
for
whole time.
businesses to
Somewhere
come
along the
together
line, you've
and
got
to
to
do
continuously
business
do. And one of the
with
things
each
I
other.
do, for example, to
In
learn
the
public
economy,
speaking,
we
well,
need
firstly,
each
I teach it
other
to other people.
to make a success
And one of the best things
of
I
our
do is every single
business,
morning
whether
I
it comes
wake
to
up
our
nice and early, I
product,
switch
our
on
supply,
my
our
tablet,
access
and
to
I watch
market.
a TED
We
talk
can't do it
or two.
alone. So this is
Some
a
of the best talks in the
public-private
world. Just see,
partnership
what is
in
it? I've
action.
listened to other
This is
people
an
speak.
ecosystem
I've
that
commented
works
on it.
well.
I've joined
But of course there are
Toastmasters,
many
I've
job
joined
seekers
Fitness
out
Culture,
there
I am a
that
voice coach for
want
TEDx.
work or educational opportunities. And so the City of Cape Town has come up with a solution called the Jobs Connect initiative. And so Jobs Connect is a platform where job seekers can load their CV onto the platform and then give us as much information about their education, their qualifications and work experience. And then we will connect them with available job opportunities in the private sector. So whilst it's good for job seekers to use the platform to connect with available vacancies in businesses, it's also important for businesses to give us their vacancies on the platform where we then can fill their vacancies. So it's a way to make Capetonians work ready and employable by building their CVs. So since we started Jobs Connect, more than 100,000 Capetonians have registered on the platform. About 30,000 have been placed into jobs, and many others have been placed in educational opportunities. So it's a jobs placement and an educational platform. And then for private sector companies to get the benefit by filling their vacancies with the talent they need to grow. So this is one of the ways the City of Cape Town is helping to make that unemployment rate shorter. We need to make more Capetonians job ready and skills training. That is for these sectors you see here today: manufacturing, arts and crafts, entertainment, financial services, food and beverage, and clothing and textile. These are some of Cape Town's high-performing sectors. And so it would make sense for us then to do workforce development for those sectors so that we can prepare Capetonians for those future jobs. And not just training for training's sake. So it must be training with impact so that there's a career opportunity that comes as a consequence. Then on the other hand, we are working with businesses on their product development and supplier development to make sure that we have products that we can take to market. Our skills, our innovation, our craftsmanship are the wonderful characteristics that set Cape Town's economy apart from many other cities. And so supply development is where we help small businesses with their product availability, their product development, their product readiness. And then on the supplier smart procurement side is where we connect those businesses with businesses in the value chain, because we need to do business with one another. And this is what's happening here at the Bellville Business Expo, because this area is filled with talent, potential, possibilities, and we need to make this area more fertile by giving it water. And this is putting water onto our lawn so that it can continue to grow green grass. And you know there's an old saying, you must water your own lawn and take good care of it. And this is what we are doing here at the Bellville Business Expo. I know that sounded very dramatic, but it's really very important for us. It's a genuine desire for us to help small businesses succeed in Cape Town with the levers and the tools that is within our control. And this is just a wonderful showcase of that commitment. And then of course our private sector partners, the great entitlement partnership that has helped us deliver on this mission to make business easier in this area.
But I said to them afterwards, I said, guys, and you didn't even interview me.
But we just want to.
They said we did interview you. We just did it in a slightly different way. So just imagine in your life, you're going for the
word of
big job.
encouragement.
Yes. I did the interview, I did it like this. First thing they did is they interviewed my staff.
My message to young people in Cape Town is to keep on keeping on.
How good am I?
Make use of the available opportunities. As the city government and as the Western Cape government, we have educational opportunities, we have job placement opportunities. Go check out on the city's website and on the provincial government website for those learnerships, those small business and entrepreneurship courses, workshops. We need to focus on workforce development that can drive economic growth. It's not going to happen by chance, it's going to happen by design. So go out there, look out for those opportunities, and let's make it happen. Because our mission is to make Cape Town the go-to city in Africa and beyond for business, for skills, for entrepreneurship. But we can't do it alone. We need the help of committed young Cape Townians who want to make a difference, who want to become financially sustainable so that they can take care of themselves, their families and their communities, because we want to make Cape Town a city of hope where jobs give dignity and meaning.
Thank you so much. We'll be right back. Okay, people and places, yes, we are still at the Bellville Business Expo by the GTP, Greater Tiger Partnership, based in Bellville, Cape Town, South Africa. And I've got one of the brain behind all this. So let's hear it from Warren. Tell us who you are and what today is really about.
Thanks, Kimmy. I'm Warren Hewitt. I'm the CEO of the Greater Tiger Partnership. We're a non-profit organisation operating primarily in Bellville, as you well know. We're here to support the community. We partner with the City of Cape Town. One of our initiatives obviously is placemaking and promoting the area as an investment destination. But a lot of the work we do goes to social and community development, but also job creation, opportunity creation, and supporting small businesses, which we have a lot of, is one of our big targets. So we really want to support the small businesses, give them an opportunity to step up one level. Once they're established, expose them to new networks, expose them to new buyers, let them share their products and services. We're very blessed in this country that we have hard-working people, they're innovative, they've got great ideas, and there are new things coming out all the time. So to give those guys an opportunity to show us what they do is really exciting.
I was listening earlier on to Alderman James Voss when he was talking about some of the plan obviously the city is doing with the GTP. How important is, public-private partnership?
It's massive. We wouldn't be able to do what we're doing at the moment without the city's support. But the glue in the middle, the joining of the private sector and the public sector is really important. So to be able to bring those two things together is a little bit of the role that we play. Right. We work very closely with the city, we work very closely with the private sector and big business. So to bring those parties closer and more collaboratively enables these kinds of things. So to be able to work with Pareto and Tiger Valley Centre, for example, bring the city and their Jobs Connect program into the discussion is really important. So that's a lot of the work that we do.
So let's talk about today. Today is the first day of a two-day event. I know last year was the first one, and that was held at, I think, the university.
It was at the Stellenbosch Business School, that's right, yeah.
So for me, seeing this right in the center of the community, which is where people shop, buy, eat, and so on. Who are the people here today? Maybe let's just show a little bit of our people.
We're very proud of the exhibitors. You can see some of the exhibitors in the background.
Right.
We went through quite a long process. We called for applications for businesses to apply to be part of the program. We then went through a selection process and picked businesses that gave us a nice mix, but also businesses that we felt had an opportunity to step up and grow. Right. So we're going from retail businesses to clothing and textiles to services to corporate services. So there's a whole mix of businesses, but really these are the ones who've established themselves, meet all the necessary criteria from an admin point of view, and have shown commitment to growing.
Bellville area is huge. It has a lot of businesses, it has a lot of learners, students, universities, and so on. And transport, as well, is kind of the hub. What more should we expect from GTP in terms of promoting that area where people see it as an area to study, to live, to work, apart from the negatives sometimes?
Okay, I'll tell you what. So there are a lot of positives. I mentioned earlier we're working very closely with the students, the education sector, the campuses, the universities, the colleges. That's really important to channel job creation and job opportunity. One of the big sectors which I think gets ignored a lot is our informal trade sector, and we have a large foreign national sector, but informal trade as an economy contributor is really important. So you can look out for a lot of activity from us in the informal trade sector, support systems, management systems, education and upskilling systems for the informal trade. The other area which is really important for us is the environment and the green economy. Educating people around waste management, waste systems, how we can all contribute to not just saving the planet, but actually making a contribution to what is the right thing to do around recyclables, waste and management.
And I know you work with the schools, the high
we
schools.
We do. Education is a huge component, so yeah.
Wow. Can't wait to hear more and see more of what today is about and tomorrow. But we will, for us, is making sure people in the grassroots and informal traders and people who normally don't get to hear this and are part of this. So thank you, for your time. And what should we expect from tomorrow?
More of the same. We've got some amazing speakers, and we've got one of our big speakers coming up now after this. So some really good speakers, some important lessons. We've got educators talking to the exhibitors, talking about ways to change their business. So there's some really important things there, opportunities for bigger corporates to come in and buy and look at what the guys are doing. So there's some exciting times on the next couple of days. Plus networking. We've got a network, Emmy, you know the story.
And collaborating. I've already started collaborating
Good.
with you. So I can't wait to hear more and see more. But thank you. I know you have to rush off, but thank you for
And
your
again,
time.
you look beautiful, as usual.
Thank you.